Thank you for joining us for the first edition of IU Field Hockey Weekly alongside videographer Juliana Sherry. I'm Brian Singer, and this week we're privileged to be joined by first-year head coach Amanda Janney and sophomore Maddie Latino. We'll recap this team's past weekend, a win versus Kent State, a loss at Michigan, and we'll look forward to this weekend's game, a Big Ten battle in East Lansing, and a home game against number 2 Syracuse. Keep it locked right here.
Indiana fight!
Coach, we'll start it off with you. 5-4, 6-5 is what Indiana stands at right now. In your first year as head coach, season has rolled along pretty quickly. How would you assess how the season has gone thus far?
The season's going great. We're really happy with the way the team's playing. Coming to Indiana, I had high expectations for how we do in the Big Ten, so we're really pleased that we started off so strong with our first 2 wins in the Big Ten Conference.
Now, what message, coming from Temple, spent double-digit years there, had an amazing record, amazing playoff experience, come from playing at Wake Forest. So what message do you try to bring from those 2 experiences and national team experience and try to bring here to Hoosier Nation?
Yeah, I had a great college experience, so that's something that I want to give back to our team. That I just love playing field hockey, love being part of the Division I experience, and to give them the best experience of playing and knowing how to play their hardest every single game and having the consistency from week to week is something that we're trying to train a little bit more. So we've had some great games and great moments of just beautiful field hockey, and we're just trying to bring that every minute in our 70-minute games.
So now, Maddie, in the 2 years you've been here at IU, you've had 2 different head coaches. What's the main difference between last year's team and now this year's team under Coach Janney?
I think our team is a lot closer than last year. Last year there was a lot of division with age, and then this year I just feel like the team is more unified, and I think that everyone has their own role on the team now. Like, everyone's role is equal. As of last year, there was just only like more roles for other people than others. So
you stand right now, team leader in goals, team leader in assists, team leader in shots. What can you credit for your success? You had 1 goal last year, came at St. Louis all the way back in August, and now you're looked at as the leader as just a sophomore. I guess, how can you describe what your season has been thus far, and what can you credit to the rise in goals and assists and production out of you?
I mean, I think it's just depending on like I'm getting more playing time, so I have more opportunities to get in front of the net or to pass the ball to my teammates. And I think our ball movement is really important, and that we've had that this year. We've been more attacking, and I think that's why everyone on the team has at least, like, a lot of people have scored on the team. It's not just me. So I think that that's really important, and I think we're more of an offensive team now rather than being defensive and just relying on our backs and our goalkeeper to come up with big saves.
You've outshot many of your opponents in previous games. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case in your most recent game against Michigan, a 2-1 loss in Michigan. How hard is it to get a team in a Big Ten battle, first Big Ten loss, to kind of rebound and now look forward, as you guys have a game in a few days back in Michigan?
Yeah, we're pleased with our play at Michigan. I think we've created a lot of opportunities, scoring opportunities that we just didn't put away. So I think going into our next game against Michigan State, we learned a lot from both the Michigan game, our wins over Iowa, Northwestern. The team's just improving every weekend, so we know we're going to be even stronger next weekend.
So Michigan State game is Friday. What can you tell us about how Michigan State has been thus far? Haven't really exceeded expectations in East Lansing, but you've seen a little bit of them in the past. How can you describe their style of play?
Yeah, Michigan State's a tough team. They're physical. They're strong players, so we know we're going to get a battle. So we're really just focused on Indiana field hockey, playing our style of hockey, and making sure that we play our best on Friday.
So Maddie, back to you. She mentioned focus on IU's style of play. How would you, as a player, as a key player for this team, kind of describe IU's identity?
Our style of play, we're not like a big physical team. We usually just let our skills talk as in the game, and we're a really composed team. I think we are. We like to work the ball around, and we like to take every opportunity as we get, and we're really focusing on our corners a lot because that's what we really execute and do well on. So I think that our style of play is, just getting up in that attacking circle, and if you can't create a goal out of anything, at least get a foot and get a foul and get a corner.
And now after the game in East Lansing on Friday, a team called Syracuse comes to town. And I say that jokingly, but they're not so much of a joke. Number 2 in the nation right now. Not to look past East Lansing, obviously a Big Ten matchup, a game on the road, which we'll get to that in a minute, about IU's road resume this season. But Syracuse comes to town, and they bring a lot of talent.
Yeah, I think it's great that we can get the number 2 team in the nation to play here. They were in the national championship last year, so for us to get that experience playing against such a talented team, it's just going to get us better prepared for our Big Ten championship. So we're excited to play the best in the nation, and I know our team will do great. As Maddie mentioned, we're an attacking team. We're very aggressive up front, so we expect to get a lot of shooting opportunities, and we just need to put away and make it a great game on Sunday.
The Big Ten tournament is crazy to think. Just 1 month, November 5th, is when the Big Ten tournament, the quarterfinals begin. So kind of cap things off, IU's 4-1 at home. They've done great here in Bloomington. On the road, they're 1-4. Do you have a reason? Is there a reason for the difference between playing at home and playing on the road?
I think the positives is just playing at home, knowing our home turf, knowing the way the ball bounces on our home turf, and then having the excitement of being in our own locker room, playing on our home field, having our own fans there. There's a lot of excitement that comes with the home game. So what a huge advantage for us going to the tournament that we get to host this season, the Big Ten championships, and we know we'll play great on that Thursday.
Now, Maddie, do you happen to notice a difference of your style of play, which you've just identified? Does it differ at all whether you play at home or play on the road?
I don't think it really differs. I just think that what's really important is our health when we're on the road, because being on the road is really tiring sometimes. You got to deal with the bus rides or the airplane or time change, whatever might come up, and we always have to deal with homework or missing class. But I think that our team has handled it very well considering what we've had to deal with. So that's the only difference. But I think that having the Big Ten tournament at IU is so important and so significant for us, because we get to sleep in our own beds, we get to be on a field that we're used to, we get to see a crowd that we're normally surrounded with. So I think that's really important.
Big Ten tournament begins November 5th. There's a whole lot of time in between then, including a big weekend coming up. Michigan State, IU at Michigan State on Friday. Then they host Syracuse on Sunday. A quick turnaround. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me for IU Field Hockey Weekly. Next time we talk to you, we'll recap the Big Ten game, recap the Syracuse game, and look forward to next week. For Coach, for Maddie, for videographer Juliana Sherry, I'm Brian Singer. See you next time.